What's up guys, it's your boy Keaton9 here, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video. Today, we're playing some Guilty Gear Strive, but we're doing something special. You guys remember how in one of our earlier videos on DBFZ, we did rating the dramatic finish. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have dramatic finishes, but it does have some pretty amazing supers. So, we're going to be rating those from 1 to 10, and I want your opinions down in the comments, which one was the best, and which one was the worst. If you guys are ready to see us rate these supers, then let's get straight into the episode. Hiya! Alright, so we got the first super from Soul Bad Guy, the main character, the main protagonist of this game series. Right, we'll go through his supers first. Yes, supers. Most characters do have more than one super. So let's do this. First one. That's not the super. That's not the super either. There you go. Ooh, Tyrant Raid. Yo, that was kind of clean. That was kind of clean. Right, let's see that one more time. Okay. You know what? That's a smooth 7 out of 10. That's a smooth 7 out of 10. Tyrant Raid, 7 out of 10. All right, now we have his next super. I forget what it's called, but he turns into his gear form. So, if you guys are ready for that, then let's do this. I think it's double quarter circle forward. That's not, bro. There you go. Ah. Oh, that's so sick because you see him turned around too. Hold up. Grabs you, slams you down the ground, leaving a volcanic trail blaze. Yo, that's sick. I think that's a 10 out of 10. That's honestly a 10 out of 10 super. Dude, the more I look at it, the more the super just becomes awesome, bro. I think that's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 super. Let's go. Alright, Kai supers. We'll go from the weakest ones to the strongest ones, in my opinion. So first we got, I forget what this one is called. Just throws out a big sword though. That's kind of lame. Let's get a better look at that. That super's a 3 out of 10, bro. It's kind of lame. Next, we got his dragon install. Yes. Dude, 8 out of 10. Just had to whisper myself 8 out of 10, bro. That thing just screams 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. I do like his dragon install animation. Touches his eye, and then the area grows bigger. That's an 8 out of 10 for me. Honestly, that super's pretty cool. He charges with a thing of lightning. I'm gonna have to rate that as an 8 out of 10. In Exerd, he didn't have dragon install, but his ride the lightning was less climatic, let's say, because it didn't have the big slash at the end, and I think that's really pushing it to get that 8 out of 10. The startup animation on it is really good too. Yeah, it's certainly an 8 out of 10. Next. Alright, next we have Maze super. The first one is not bad. Let's see the super with wall break, then I'll rate it. Not bad. Honestly, I'm gonna have to give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not the most visually appealing ultimate in the game, but you know it is. Dude, that's awesome. She summons a giant whale, bro. Comes out of the blue and then goes back into the blue. I think the camera work on this super is insanely good. How it circles around her as she's taking down the cap and then she points at you as the target for the whale. I think that's awesome. This super's 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 super. Alright guys, now we're playing Zato. And then we'll be doing, but for now we'll cover Zato's ults. The first one is this. I don't like this ult at all. It's got tracking. But the ult just isn't very good. It's like a 2 out of 10 for me. I'm not a fan of it. But this ult I think is much better. Keep the light on his hands and I actually think that super is really cool. I'm gonna have to give that one like a 7 out of 10. It's not the coolest. It's not like Ride the Lightning or anything, but I still think the light wing work and everything is really cool. The only thing that's lacking is the ending to it. She kicks you in the air, does a flip, and then turns into a very dangerous base and you get flung away. It's okay. Alright, it's not the most cinematic. And then the other one we have is the most cinematic when far away, you know. Slam the ground, but your rockets come at you, right? Honestly, that one on its own, that's like a 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, right? It's the same as the other one that I rated as like a 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. The DP is 4 out of 10, by the way, and then the one we just saw is 5 out of 10. But when you're up close, its property changes and it becomes a command grab super. Yo, this thing is crazy. And then you got the animation and the wall break. I think it guarantees a wall break. Honestly, this super is really cool. I think there's gonna have to be a 10 out of 10. The way the wings form, like the little things that fire out rockets, dude, and everything, like the animation, the fact that it has a far away animation, then it becomes a command grab up close is probably the favorite part for me. It's just a cool ult, right? I think that's gonna be a 10 out of 10. It's a big 10 out of 10 for me. Alright guys, so we're gonna go through Ramthal's ult, then Giovanna's. Rambo's first ult is bang. Not very flashy. Actually, no, it's kind of flashy, but it's way too quick, right? It's a big, just slam. 2 swords, bang. I guess that's it. It's not really the most, you know, greatest of animations, but it'll do, right? It's a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Alright, 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10. I really like this ult. It's got a lot of pushback, and the camera work up close. I keep on saying this about the camera work, but the camera work in this game is just insanely good. It's kind of like it changes from being this into turning into being something completely different. Like the animation is just through the roof during these ults. You kind of have to acknowledge it at some point in time. But yeah, I think that's a 9 out of 10 animation for me. The way they included the dog in it is pretty nice as well. The animation didn't go ham or anything, but they did add some special techniques to what the characters can do, which you usually don't see in the game. So that's pretty nice. Well, that super is going to be a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 on that super. That one's pretty good. Yeah, the animation at the start is nice, but then the super kind of dumbs down because it just kicks until, you know, the kicks end, and I don't really like that. I don't really like the kicks. With the wall break, the super is okay. Without it, the super is honestly, I don't really like the super. I'm gonna have to give it like a 4 out of 10. It's not the greatest. All right, now Goriyuki super. Yes, sir. Hold on, let's do that one more time. Hold up. Dude, I think the super's like a 9 out of 10. The super's really good. You know what? I also really like that super too. That super's actually awesome. Batters up. I really like that super, bro. All right, that one's gonna be a 7 out of 10 because it's not like a 9 out of 10 where the other one was like insanely good in terms of the what the character actually did. He kind of just swung his sword in when he's in like the blood rage, right? So that's a 7 out of 10. That's a 7 out of 10. I do like both of those supers though. They're quite nice. Alright, so we got Milia Rage's super. That's like a tongue twister, bro. Alright, so we got Milia Rage's super. The cartwheel up here, you love to see it. It's a lame super. It's a utility. It's a utility super, man. Of course it is, bro. They could have made it so cool, but no, it's a utility. 3 out of 10, bro. 3 out of 10 on that utility super. Flushes out the wings, flap. The hair wings. Honestly, that super's okay. That super's okay. Turns their hair into wings and then flies through you. That's actually kind of cool. That's a 7 out of 10 super. That's a 7 out of 10 super right there. Alright, so we got Angie's first super, which is going to be his counter super. Starts slapping with the fans, and then the moon comes up in the back once he's done. Kind of reminds me of a Baiken super in L.A.Z, and I think that's a callback to these two characters, because Baiken and Angie are their lore is intertwined. So I think that's a pretty nice reference. That's a good reference in there. I give that super like a 7 out of 10. I actually like that super a lot. Next is Angie's main super. Okay, then let's throw a fan through a moon. Let's do the fan. It's kind of like the sun, and then kind of see through the sun into Angie. I think that's pretty cool, but I don't exactly understand it much. I'm a little bit confused on that super, but honestly, I still think it's a super cool super, right? I'm gonna have to give it like a 7 out of 10 for this super. Because again, the super's just got animation, and really, what they do with the animation is the most important bit. Especially with what the super actually does after. I think that's what the fan kind of like damaging you and then closing in on itself is pretty awesome. Next we have Leo. Leo has 2 ults. The first one is this. Alright, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like how his pose at the end is nice. Where he's got his arms out and he's flying through the air, bruh. People call this character the gorilla because he just rushes you down with ease. That's kind of what the super is, the rush down, you know, the rush down super. It's pretty nice, but it's not it's not the most cinematic, you know what I mean? Like it could be more. So I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10. You know, his face kind of made me laugh, bro. Like what is that face? Who makes that face when they're throwing? Yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro. That super is so weird. I'm gonna have to give that super a 7 out of 10 just because of the facial expression at the start, dude. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie. 7 out of 10 for that one. And Faust's first super is yes. He just throws a ton of items. Faust's regular stuff is just he can throw items like usual, right? Then with the super, just throw a boatload of items. So that's pretty nice, honestly. Though that super isn't very flashy, it's not the coolest super. It's just a animation of this, just like faster, right? It's not the greatest thing in the world. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give that a 3 out of 10. However, his other super, this one's pretty cool. Gets the wheelchair and busts your character up. Each facial expression is different, so I think this super gets a 10 out of 10 because each expression is different. Let me actually show that off real quick. the pedal on her head falls down. You know, I really like that super. Her facial expression on that super is pretty funny. Yeah, and it changes from character to character, and I think the super's really cool, to be honest. So I'll give this one a 10 out of 10 because of the variety. It even changes with DLC characters, so that's just awesome. Alright guys, so Axel's first ult is gonna be time stop, baby. Just slam the opponent in time stop. I actually think that's a great ult, right? That's a pretty good ult. If your opponent's not blocking, they get hit, you get some free damage, alright? I think this ult is pretty good. The actual thought that went into this ult is a unique ult. You don't usually get this type of ult in games. So first the uniqueness, although it's a utility ult and the animation on it, you know, isn't stellar, or it's not the most flashy thing ever. I'm still gonna give it like a 6 out of 10 actually. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10 when I was thinking about it, but nah. I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. This ult is actually really cool. This ult is actually pretty sick, right? You know, you get the close-up on Axel's face, and then the fire sickles start coming out in the circle, and then straight forward. I actually think that ult is pretty nice, alright? It's a DP ult, comes out frame 1. A lot of Axel players use it as well. The animation on it, it's quite nice, right? And the fire is an added bonus effect that I think actually enhances the ult quite a bit, so I think I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. as an 8 out of 10 ult for me. Alright guys, we got Chip and Potemkin here. Chip's first ult is gonna be this. There you go. Yeah, my man's in Naruto right now, bro. You got like clones of himself? Shadow clone Jutsu, hello? Starts the rush down, makes a clone, makes another clone. I actually think that's a really nice beatdown ult. Honestly, I think that's a 7 out of 10. That's a 7 out of 10 ult for me. Let's watch that one more time. Gives you the final slam through the wall face. And yeah, I think that ult is 7 out of 10. That's honestly, I'd rate this higher than Giovanna's ult. I forget the score I gave it, but this ult is seriously good. 7 out of 10 for this ult. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 10 out of 10. That's a 10 out of 10. Immediate 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. It's just, look at this, bro. The man gets into position, he starts flying around the screen. He is straight chilling during that ult. He is just going around doing his business, just absolutely destroying you. The camera is like struggling to follow him as it kind of veers upwards and then looks at him doing the strike down. You know what that reminds me of? That also reminds me of Naruto. It reminds me of Kakashi's Twin Lightning Shiver from the Naruto Storm games. Oh, I think this ult is so sick, dude. That's a 10 out of 10 ult, man. The way the camera follows him up as he's going around doing his twirls and, you know, just absolutely destroying you, man. That's a 10 out of 10. Love that ult. Alright, next up we got Potemkin, the grappler. This guy's famous for his Potemkin buster. That's a move where he grabs you and throws you up into the sky and then pulls you back down. So it's just a slow moving berry that hits you. Honestly, I don't think the ult is the coolest. It could be better, right? It could be flashier. For the projectile itself, I'm gonna give that like a 3 out of 10, and then if you're close up, it's just a big hit. I think that's even worse. That's like a 2 out of 10 for Potemkin, bro. That's a 2 out of 10. That thing is 2 out of 10, bro. I hate that. I hate that. I think this is the greatest ult in this game, right? This ult is just, it's got so much oomph to it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean when you see it. Yo, this ult is ridiculous, bro. This ult is actually ridiculous. The guy grabs you, the camera goes around, presenting his rockets to your face. He's like, yo, this is where you could be, bro. But you coming back and you fighting me down here, right? He said, that's where you could be, but you fighting me down here. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. 11 out of 10 ult. That's an 11 out of 10 ult, by the way. It's just no contest. That is the best ult in this game. He literally just carries you all the way up, just skywards, right? And then brings you all the way back down. I just love that ult. That ult has got to be one of the best ults in this game. If you guys enjoyed the video, then smash that like button, subscribe, ring that bell, because you know these videos are bangers. And if you guys are impatient, then why not check out some of my other videos, because I tell you, they're either as good or better than this one. Once more, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!